What's happening, YouTube? What I'm bringing you today is a grouping of M7 bayonets and a M3 trench knife. Just wanted to give y'all a look at these. I got them out of my collection, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick look and let you see some more of the stuff I kind of hang on to. So we're going to start out with this Ontario M3 trench knife. It's a beautiful, beautiful beast of a blade. Really awesome blade marked, leather stacked handle, peen pommel, really nice guard. Now Ontario, it says US M3 Ontario 1943. Ontario did not make the M3 trench knife during World War II. They started making blades for the US shortly after World War II. This is a high-end reenactor's piece. Early on in World War II, when the M3 was issued, they were all blade marked. You'd have US M3, you would have the company that done it and the year that they done it. Those are really sought after, especially good examples, and they're worth a pretty penny. So if you have one, you may want to hang on to it, but it's not going to be in Ontario. Ontario actually bought surplus M3 blades, and so you're getting a real M3 trench knife. You're just not getting a World War II M3 trench knife, even though the blade was dated 1943. Now we'll start over here. This is an Imperial M7. The M7 bayonet. This would be early Vietnam. Was issued for the M16 rifle or the M4 carbine, and actually armorers manipulated the mount and was adding these to trench shotguns, assault shotguns. It was issued to military police, frontline troops. There was a lot of these put out there during the Vietnam years. They started making the M7 bayonet in 1964, and up until the Iraq War, you would still find these on the battlefield being issued to U.S. troops. And they're awesome knives. They all have the M3 blade in them, and they're built like tanks. Real hard Bakelite type plastic handles, real positive lockup. These are awesome pieces of history, and I just love collecting them. And this is a Imperial M7. They come with a really awesome sheath. If you get a sheath and you notice it has this cap at the end of it with the eyelet through it, this was added after World War II. It's to protect the tip, because these tend to fray. They're just fiberglass. And this one was done by I believe Pittsburgh Wheel and Hoe. You had several companies sequestered to make these during the war. So this one here was stamped out, put into mothballs, and pulled back out, had the tip added, issued to a troop. And I really like this one. This one's early Vietnam. I'd say around 66, 67, somewhere along in there. All right, the next one. This is from a company called Cornetta. You'll see it right there where my thumb is. It's the M7 bayonet. Has the same M3 trench blade. Completely razor sharp one side, about 2.5 inches on the other side sharp. These are excellent fighting knives, excellent utility knives. Has the dark plastic backlit type handle, real positive lockup mechanism, and an evil blade on it. Same with its sheath. This is from Pittsburgh Wheel and Hoe. Has the same tip, and even the string, the leg tie, is authentic on this one. This one's probably about 72. Cornetta didn't have a high unit count, so if you get a Cornetta, you may want to hang on to it because it's a little more sought after than the Imperials because they had such a high unit count. And this one here is from Imperial. It's an M7, and this one is almost unissued condition. Still has 90% of its bluing on the blade. Really nice handles, not a lot of handling marks. Positive lockup. Feels really good in the hand. Really sharp, both top and bottom. Awesome bayonet and an awesome piece of US history. Comes with the same M3 blade. And the M8 sheath. Just a beautiful, beautiful, very historic piece of surplus history right here. I love it. I love the wire tips on the retention straps. I've always dug these wire hook belt attachments. I always thought that was really Americano there because I know the Americans started that craze. Now the next one I'm going to show you, this is a knife that I got when I bought several bayonets from one person at one time. I gotta believe that the guy didn't know it was a fake, but this is a fake. If you'll notice, look how smaller the barrel lug is compared to an original. It has an original M3 blade. It really does, but this is not a issued, this is more or less a reenactor's piece. And they got the sheath fairly close, but you could still tell that it's a reproduction, a very high quality reproduction, but all the same a reproduction and not a piece of military surplus, but still neat to have in the collection. And again, the Ontario M3, I love this knife. If you get a chance to own one, Boker makes one as well, but trust me, this was the one you want. It feels the most authentic, and it does use actual surplus M3 blades. Well guys, that wraps it up for this. I just wanted to show you that, and I got more bayonets I'll be showing in the future. I'm working on my jug killing stand today. So I just want to give a shout out to Shredder. I love the M-Tech knives I received from you, and I hope you guys like what I sent. And I also want to give a shout out to Cowboy C-Bob. Without him, I would not even be doing videos. He is an awesome guy. He is a super cool knife reviewer. He's at the top of his game, and if you haven't saw his channel, please check him out and tell him Donovan sent you. And he'll know exactly who you're talking about. He's just a super cool guy. Choir Boys Cutlery, I'd like for you to check him out as well. Scab's got a good message. 22 vets a day commit suicide in the United States. We must bring awareness to this problem. We must get a handle on this statistic. It is just too dire to let pass. Guys, if you see a vet, give him a hand up and not a hand out. And let him know he's welcome here anytime. You guys stay safe. This is Donovan from Mississippi. Y'all have a good one.